Everyone's talking about the R-rated Power Rangers fan film, which paves the way for an R-rated Barney.
What kind of dinosaur they cooked up in that lab?
Meanwhile, we're talking about the Scarlet Witch. Welcome to Meanwhile, the show that introduces you to the world of comics and connects it to the shows and games you already know and love. My name's Nathan Fadre. Let's get started. At the end of Captain America: The Winter Soldier, we got our first glimpse of Wanda Maximoff, the Scarlet Witch, setting up her major role in the upcoming movie Avengers: Age of Ultron. So, we thought we'd take a look at one of Marvel's most powerful and troubled characters. Wanda Maximoff and her fraternal twin Pietro, or Quicksilver, were born mutants in the Eastern European country of Transia. Their parents were Magna and Eric Lencher. You may recognize that dude's name from somewhere else. That's right. Who's your daddy?
Magneto. It's Magneto.
But when her mom sees Magneto using his mutant powers, she ditches and then later dies, leaving the twins to be raised by gypsies. When she grows older, Wanda discovers her ability to alter probability. When she casts what are known as hex bolts, the small globes of energy cause the laws of probability to be altered in her favor, and unlikely and unlucky events to happen to whoever's on the receiving end. For example, in this deck, the odds of me choosing a Jack of Hearts is 1 out of 52. However, Wanda hits it with one of her hex bolts, and the odds are the Jack of Hearts will jump out and stab Chris in the face.
I find myself in the receiving end on most of these jokes.
Because of this, she also has a natural affinity for magic. When the gypsies see her and her brother use their powers, they are attacked by an angry mob, torches and everything. They're rescued and recruited by Magneto to join his Brotherhood of Evil Mutants, but after a few misadventures in evil, the twins decide to take a shot at redeeming themselves, and when Iron Man offers them a chance, they sign up to be Avengers. It's a highly improbable turnaround, but considering who we're dealing with...
I get it, Scarlet Witch, improbability. There is a playing card stuck in my eye!
Don't scratch it.
Are we gonna call an ambulance?
This is where she can finally prove herself to be a hero and continue to grow her powers, studying magic with a witch named Agatha Harkness. It's also where she meets and falls in love with the Vision, a robot member of the team constructed by Ultron. They eventually get married and have a set of twins of their own, happily ever after.
That's so sweet.
And then things go horribly wrong.
Of course.
This happen all the time.
The Vision is damaged in a battle and his personality is wiped. She discovers that her children were not even real and are magical constructs, which proves the old saying, you can't breed with a robot.
I learned that the hard way.
What? The children are wiped out of existence, and Wanda starts to crack mentally, even restarting the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants. When she's rescued from her cray-cray, she has her mind wiped, erasing all memory of her children. And just to really put the pressure on, as she is starting to fall apart mentally, she's continuing to grow more powerful, tapping into chaos magic. She can now alter not just probability, but reality itself, which leads directly to... Avengers Disassembled by Brian Michael Bendis and David Finch. When the dead former Avenger Jack of Hearts shows up alive at the Avengers mansion and then promptly explodes, it sets up the worst day in Avengers history. This is a devastating story that actually destroys the Avengers as a team. It's Bendis doing what he does best, true lasting character development on an epic scale. It has massive impact on the Scarlet Witch and the Marvel Universe as a whole and leads directly into the events of House of M, which again has universe-shaking consequences motivated by the Scarlet Witch. You will definitely want them both.
The dead former Avenger...
Jack of Hearts, he explodes.
Wait, isn't the Jack of Hearts card in your face?
Oh no.
Sweet silence. Avengers: The Children's Crusade by Alan Heinberg and Jim Cheung. A pair of identical-looking teenagers turn up as members of the Young Avengers. Wiccan controls magic, and the other one, Speed, who is super fast. They begin to suspect that they may be the long-lost children of the Scarlet Witch, and when Wiccan begins to lose control of his power, they set out to find their mother and figure out how they can stop it. It's an action-packed story that sees the redemption of Wanda and her reintroduction to the Marvel Universe. Plus, Heinberg has a real feel for realistic banter in these dramatic situations, which creates some genuine, heartfelt, and hilarious moments. During the events of Axis, where heroes and villains switch places, the Scarlet Witch again went evil. And during a battle with Magneto and Quicksilver, she cast a spell targeting specifically the men in her family. Pietro fell to the ground injured. Magneto did not.
Oh, you are not the father!
Which sets up a major revelation from last week. Wanda is currently a member of the Avengers Unity Squad, a team of mutants and Avengers in Uncanny Avengers, which just had a new start with #1 in January. In issue #2, her real father is revealed, bringing her comic story more in line with her part in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and providing a perfect jumping on point for the new reader. Now that you know where to start with Scarlet Witch, be sure to subscribe so that you won't miss the next episode of Meanwhile. And be sure to leave any story suggestions that you have in the comment section below. Meanwhile, I'm altering the probability that I won't feel guilty after eating this cookie. It didn't work. Meanwhile, I'm Andrew Garfield again.
Andrew Garfield. Okay, you are not Andrew Garfield.
No.
That's okay.